Welcome back, SuicideFantasyFootball.com, Week 13 running backs.
Right there, I was like, I'm up, I'm ready.
Your fat eyes.
My fat eyes.
All right, Jim, we're at the running back position.
There's a lot of running backs you can look at. Some names are going to be pretty obvious. They may or may not have been picked up in your league. Of course, you're looking for names like Michael Bush and Beanie Wells. They had really good weekends this past weekend. Beanie Wells is definitely going to get the rock for the rest of the season this year.
Don't expect 2 touchdowns
Don't expect 2 touchdowns, but he's a starting running back in the NFL.
Against the Jets, definitely this week.
And Michael Bush, with Matt Forte being banged up, he's probably not available in your league. But look and check and see, because he was available in about 25% of leagues. So there's something out there. The other name that I'm looking at is a guy who's tearing it up right now for the Eagles. I told you to pick him up last week, Bryce Brown. If I'm listening,
Jim, you told them to pick him up last week.
Yeah.
So we're in fantasy football. We really need a running back. Did we pick him up this week?
No, we didn't pick him up.
Why?
Nah, we didn't pick him up.
Great advice, though.
I didn't know Matt Forte was going to get hurt. I didn't know who he would cut. We didn't have a lot of guys I wanted to cut.
I want to cut everybody.
Well, yeah, now it is. But
all right, so Bryce Brown, that's a good ad.
Yeah,
like
Bryce
that.
Brown's a good ad.
I'm saying, of course, no Sean Marino. I already picked him up on Sunday because I was listening to our show, Fantasy Football Overload, and grabbed him before the week started. But no Sean Marino is absolutely the #1 guy getting picked up this week.
I like it.
Guess who I'm sitting, Jim?
Ronnie Hillman.
No Sean Marino.
No Sean Marino?
Yeah, the Bucs run D is tough. So I'm saying be glad you have no Sean Marino, and hopefully he helps you in the playoffs.
And just use him for your playoff run.
Yeah, let's see what he does against Tampa Bay. Let's see what really was week 1 of him. Because really, he did decent last week, put up over 10 points, fantasy points. The second time he's done that in his career.
Yeah,
I know he didn't have Peyton Manning as his quarterback, but I'm going to give a week and sit no Sean.
I'm sitting Steven Jackson. I've said it all year long.
You're just cheating, dude. You're just cheating now. You're just looking who's playing the Niners.
Well,
and that's
that's one of the things I look at, of course. And Steven
Jackson
Jackson has been putting up decent numbers the past couple
weeks. So you want to warn people.
So I don't want people to go, well, he's been playing really good, because he'll break your heart. He's going for 62 yards, 2 catches for 9 yards, no touchdowns.
I like it. All right, who you cutting?
I'm cutting a couple different people. I'm cutting any running back that you had on your bench from Arizona, the Powell, the Smith, whoever else it is, probably even Steven Tallings, because he's banged up. Any running back from Arizona except for Beanie Wells, of course, because I told you to pick him up. And the other guy I'm cutting is Donald Brown, because he's just not worth a roster spot right now. They're letting Vic Ballard, for some reason, play the string out, even though Brown was productive in the beginning of the year. So he's not worth a roster spot.
I'm cutting a team, Jim. I'm cutting every Pittsburgh Steeler running back. I don't care if it's Mendenhall, Dwyer, or Redmond. Cut them all. There's too much crap going on in Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger's not going to be back for a little while. All 3 of the guys fumbled this weekend, and the only guy that looked decent was Rainey, who ended up hurting his leg at the end of the game regardless. He didn't fumble.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I thought he was the
when
only
he got hurt, he fumbled.
Oh, you're right. Okay. So drop all Pittsburgh Steelers running backs.
Yeah.
That's what we think at the running back position. Tell us what you think or any questions. Send an email to jim@suicidefantasysports.com or eric@suicidefantasysports.com. Subscribe to our videos below. Each week, even through the playoffs, we'll come in and tell you who to pick up, who to drop, and who to sit each week at each position. Also, check out Fantasy Football Overload. Monday night and Sunday morning on Blog Talk Radio. We'll help you prepare for the waiver wire on Monday night and then give you those all-important last-minute inactives and actives on Sunday morning. Check out SuicideFantasyFootball.com, the ultimate way to play fantasy football.